Hey, it's Captain Mike over at fishyourassoff.com, and today I'm going to cover something. I've covered it before, but I want to cover it again in a little more details a long time ago. And it is what is the best lure colors for trout, speckled trout. That's what we're talking about here, spotted sea trout. And I get a lot of grief on these because, especially with speckled trout, just because of the fact that speckled trout are just such an aggressive game fish. Just about every color catches speckled trout. It just doesn't matter. When you find a school of feeding trout, they literally hit anything you throw at them. It's crazy. It could be pink, it could be chartreuse, it could be dark, it could be light, it could be shiny, it could be opaque. It just doesn't seem to matter so much with speckled trout, okay, when they're really in that feeding mode. So when I'm talking about these lure colors, I'm talking about the one that's going to be the most efficient at catching them all the time, okay? So even when they're not in that just eat anything that comes near you mood, when you're really going to have to finesse them, these are the colors they're going to like the best, okay? Now, trout are really a bait fish eater. Sure, they eat shrimp, they eat all kinds of other stuff, but they're a bait fish eater. They like shiny stuff, all right? So if you've seen any of my other videos like snook or anything else, and we talk about having something light and something dark, so like snook, just white, pearl, glow, whatever, just white's fine, right? With a trout, you're gonna get a better reaction if that light color has silver glitter in it. They love silver. So you could have a just straight silver. So something like this that's clear with just a bunch of silver glitter in it. I like the idea of something like this. This is a 3 3/4 inch paddle tail, but it has gold and silver glitter in it. I'd have these made because I could never find any that had both in it. So I had a guy that was trying to start a lure company make me a ton of these. So I use these. But you can find stuff in any of these places. You know, say it's just a silver with, say, a little dark back. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it's shiny. It can be white and shiny, but light and shiny, silver. And that's what you want for catching these trout. That is going to be your best trout catcher. Does pink and chartreuse work? Yeah, all these things work, but that's going to be your best one. And when the water is dark, or it's first thing in the morning, you want to use something darker to catch them. And these are the same colors that you would use whether you were going for tarpon or snook or any of those fish that you want to catch. So in the mornings, purples work great. This is called June bug. It's purple with some shiny stuff in it. This is a good one. It's black with some gold glitter in it. Root beer is another one. It's a brown with some gold glitter in it. So those are what you're going to use with when the low light's in there. First thing in the morning, last thing in the morning, nighttime, super dirty water. A lot of times trout aren't in super dirty water, but if they are, you know, you're going to pitch something like that, so it's going to give them a good silhouette, a good contrast to come after. Your real key when you're trying to catch trout is, so if it's pretty water and pretty skies, you know you're going to use something light. So your best bet's going to be white and silver, white silvery stuff, all right? So you just want to make sure you throw the right thing at them. So if you see them busting on these little bitty things like this, well, that's when you want to throw something small. You want to throw like a 3-inch paddle tail at them. That's a silvery white thing. Whatever you'd pick, it's your choice. But just make sure it's silvery white thing that you're throwing at them. So your tackle box, if you're targeting trout, needs a bunch of silvery white stuff. Say they're going out for a little bigger type fish, you know, say they're after something a little bit bigger. Well, then you want to pitch something a little bit bigger. This is a 4-inch jerkbait. So you go from 3 inches, you got a 4-inch. And let's say they're blasting mullet. Well, this is a 5.5-inch jerkbait. silver too. Okay, so really much more important than the color is actually the size and profile of the bait and how you retrieve it. Most of the time trout like something like this, you know, whereas the tarpon like steady stuff. So you got to learn your fish and know the different retrieves too. But it's more about matching the size and profile. And yes, all those weird colors catch trout because trout are such a voracious feeder. I had an old timer tell me one time, if trout got to be 5 feet long, nothing else would live in the rivers because the trout would eat them all. Because that's how voracious of feeders they are. But if you really want to narrow it down and really want to have the perfect bait, it's silvery white stuff, and low light, it's dark shiny stuff too. So it's got to have glitter in it if you're doing that. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments on this one. I always do when it comes to baits because everyone has their favorite. But trust me, you will catch more fish if you narrow it down and just have better sizes and profiles versus where you get too in the minutia of what colors you're going to use. I hope that helps. That's it for today. So until next time, I'll see you then. All right. Bye-bye.